Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. I'm done. I'm done with my fruit bowl party challenge, whatever you want to call it, where I had those 4 cakes of Premier Chunky Fruits yarn, and I wanted to just use them up. First I made the big bunny. And then I decided, okay, I'm just going to use up the rest of the yarn for miscellaneous projects, including Big Bun Bun up there. I ended up finishing 14 projects. And I must have already showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I must have already shown you 8 because as of last night, I finished up last night and today. I finished up 6 more. And once I get to the bottom of this, I'll show you how much yarn I have left. Boy, I should guess how many little bits of fluff I will accumulate as I'm showing you all these things. The first one that I finished is a little chick in a duck hat. No, chick, frog. Chick in a frog hat. And the hat does come off. I had made one of these in acrylic weight, worsted weight yarn, and it sold. So now I have another one. And do I have a box to put these in so I can, there we go, I'll toss them over there. Well, I figured I'm on a roll with the chicks. Let's make another chick. This is Gertrude the Great. I have 2 little Gertrude, the grumpy chick, one in yellow, one in blue, and now I have a big one. And she still looks just as grumpy as the other 2. I will link the patterns for these in the description because I don't remember where they all came from. There's one that I definitely remember where it came from, but okay, there's one more that has a pattern, and then everything else was free-handed. I made a little dappled Dachshund. I know where this came from because this is my own pattern for the mini Dachshund. And usually they work up about this big, about that long, and maybe that tall. But making it with the chunky yarn, he's a bigger boy. So I was just going through my Speedy Gonzales notebook. Okay, what's a nice fast project I could do? Ooh, I could do that. Ooh, I could do that. Then I went on to freehanding. First I took the last, I could talk really, why? The last of the white with black fleck yarn from the Dragon Fruit project. And I made a chicken. I just freehanded it so that I would use up every last bit of that yarn. Now I'm thinking I need to make him a little basket so he can swing. And it seems like the swinging chicks, the chicks in the basket, do tend to go faster than just regular chickens. Then I attempted, I changed my mind. I did not use every last bit of the black and white fleck when I made that. There was a little bit left over. Then I made a brown and white fleck chicken. Once again, I freehanded, and like the wings were an afterthought addition because I didn't make it as big as I needed to use up all of the yarn. That's all that's left of the brown and white speckle. So, did you see that? lots of fluff. And get some stuffing sticking out of the backside. That's not good. Once again, I may make a basket for this one. Over there. And then, the last project. The project that signed my release to freedom was a ZB. ZB? What's a ZB? Well, it's a little bee that sort of has zebra stripes instead of black stripes. That's what I'm calling it. It's just going to go in my $5 box. Finished off the yellow and the speckled yarn. So, what sounds like it's... There's a little... tiny little fleck of something that's rolling around the bottom there. Ugh. And all the fluff flying around. I think I got a little fluff in my eye. Okay. So that's all that's left. A little bit of green yellow, a little bit of brown fleck. That will be added to my scrappy ball for my next Mr. Ugly. And now I get to move on to whatever my little heart desires to work on. I think I'm going to work on a July challenge that I have been sort of like, oh yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to start that. I think today's the day. So this was fun. It was fun just taking these colors that were coordinated and definitely the same size, and just seeing what I could make, mixing up. A lot of times when I put together a scrap bag to play with, there'll be different weights of yarn. There'll be some thicker worsted and some thinner worsted, or maybe a little sport yarn mixed in. With this, everything was exactly the same weight, and I could mix them up within a project and not have to worry about like the something that was supposed to be all one size going up being sort of like indented wherever the yarn was thinner, like a snake that has little wastes all along the body. I just feel like, okay, I have conquered today. So now I need to come up with my game plan for the next couple of days. I do need to start prepping stuff for the show. I also threw away a shelf, and I glued my ring light, and so far the glue is holding, so I fixed something all by myself. I had a shelf that was it was supposed to hang in a closet and just be plastic cubes that clicked together, and they weren't clicking together very well, so they were all sewn together, crocheted together, and my husband put some glue on it. Well, last night, after he was already sleeping, I was in here working, and when I moved my chair, I bumped it, and one of the pieces just unclicked and dropped a couple of inches, which made the top two shelves tip at an angle. Boom. Everything that was on those two shelves ended up on the floor. And there was a box with craft supplies in it that had popsicle sticks, the googly-eyed rings, and a lot of other very small objects that ended up all over the floor. Yeah, I had to clean that up. And I just decided, okay, this shelf is going. It didn't look all that good. It wasn't all that sturdy. It took up too much room in here. And now I'm feeling like I've got all sorts of room because that is gone. It only probably took up like a 14 by 14 by 4, 5 space in the room. But it was just awkward. And now I'm feeling better now that it's gone. And hopefully, Street Fest this weekend will help me to clear out a lot more stuff. So my storage issues will lighten up a bit. We shall see. We shall see. So that's it. I just wanted to get on here and spread the cheer that I finished off all of that yarn. And now I get to move on. I could start another kit now because that was one of the kits on my list, the fruit pets. So I could start another kit. Do I have 1 or 2 kits out in the living room started? I have the sloth. Is that the only kit? I don't have my works in progress list right in front of me. So, no, I said I was going to start the July project. Okay, I need to do that. So, I'm going to get going on that. I have some time before dinner. Tonight is a grilling night. My husband is going to be grilling. And I just have to make a salad. So, that will be easy. And I can start a little bit of prep for the craft show. So that's it for today. I sort of doubt that I'm going to have 6 things to show you tomorrow. I did get in a lot of time crocheting last night because American Ninja Warrior was on. I was sitting there watching TV for a couple hours. But hopefully I'll have something to show tomorrow. For Work in Progress Wednesday, maybe I'll actually make some progress on some of my projects. And I have just got a tickle in my throat now. And my water is just about gone, so I need to go get some more water. So, bye-bye.